across an idea just means convey an idea. So you might say, I went to the meeting and I found it very hard to put my ideas across. I hope I'm managing to get my ideas across about these phrasal verbs at the moment. Okay, if you get away with a crime, it means that you're not punished or you're very leniently punished. So nobody punishes you severely. So, I mean, it's a good thing if you've committed a crime or you've done something wrong. Just checking the time there, sorry. Okay, if you have to get to the bottom of something, it means you need to investigate something and find out exactly how it works. If you're a detective, you need to get to the bottom of the murder, get to the bottom of the crime and find the murderer. And when you've found the murderer, you've got to the bottom of it. Yeah, you've got to the bottom of it and you've found out exactly what happened. Put my coffee down. But if you can use it in a few other ways, meaning find out exactly the secret or the hidden secret in something. I suppose scientists, when they're doing research, they're trying to get to the bottom of how things work. Okay, if you get in on the act, you try to get involved in something which is going on, but which some people are perhaps making a lot of money out of, or something like that, but you're not, and you'd like to become involved. So you try to get in on the act. So years ago I saw that people were making videos on YouTube, making lessons, and I decided to get in on the act. I could use it like that, yeah, meaning become involved in it and start making videos myself. Now, get something out of something else means to exploit something and get some advantage from it, get some benefit. So I might say, what did you get out of your university course? Yeah, maybe you've just done a new an online training course for your job. I don't know, learning how to do something, and I might say to you, what did you get out of it? And you might say, oh, I didn't get much out of it, or I got lots out of that course. I learned how to do this, how to do that. I'm now a much more qualified worker. Okay, go phrasal verbs. Let's pick up pace because this is taking too long. If something goes down, it stops working. But it's only for computers, really. It's not for lights. Lights go out or they go off. But I think we usually say they go out when we don't know why they went out. If it just happens all of a sudden, a power cut, a blackout, I think we usually say, oh, the lights went out, what happened? If you go back over something, you re-examine it. You want to do it again, one more time, perhaps to brush up on it. So I might say, let's go back over take phrasal verbs, meaning let's re-examine take phrasal verbs. Let's go through them one more time, just to make sure that we can understand all of them. So you're brushing up on something very often when you're going back over it, when you're re-examining it. If something goes off well, then it comes off well. You pull it off well. And so go off as planned. You might say the performance went off as planned. It means it went successfully. And you can say it came off as planned. Or you can say the director pulled it off marvellously. He pulled off a marvellous job. So pull off, come off and go off all mean happen as planned or happen well. A little bit like go down. The performance went down well. It went off as planned. Both of those are possible. Okay, if something goes for a certain price, you can say my TV went for £500. It means it was sold at that price. Now, it doesn't mean set me back, because that means it cost you. It set me back £100. But maybe you put it up for sale on eBay, and somebody buys it, and they bid for it, they make bids for it, and in the end it went for £90. It went for £100. But please remember that go for someone also means attack. It means run at someone, come at someone, maybe even hit out at someone, lash out at someone. There are many there, and we've done lots of them before in other lessons. Now, if you go over something, you go through it, you work through it, you examine it, a little bit like go back over, but that means re-examine one more time. If you go after someone, you chase them, you run after someone. If you go through something, sometimes it can just mean like go through, take phrasal verbs, and that's not that unpleasant. It just means examine them, go through them, go over them. But sometimes go through can mean that it has an unpleasant meaning. So if somebody goes through a divorce, it's unpleasant, it's not nice. Or if somebody goes You might say you don't know what, maybe your friend's husband has gone to prison, he's been in there for a few months now. You might say you don't know what she's going through, meaning you don't know how she's suffering. So it could mean just go through, like go over, but it could mean suffer, experience something unpleasant. Now, going by the evidence, the detectives decided not to convict the suspect, yeah, or not to arrest the suspect. So it means according to the evidence. And you might say something like this: going by what my friend says, it will rain tomorrow. And that means according to what my friend says, it's going to rain tomorrow. So very, very common, that going by. Now, go around doing something. This is used for when you're criticising someone's actions, so it's negative. And for example, you might say, oh, I don't like my neighbour. He's always going around saying things about me. He's always going around telling everyone that I'm an idiot. Yeah, something like that. So it's whenever you're criticising someone's bad behaviour, you use this go around and gerund form. You might say the teenagers went around vandalising things in the streets. Well, it's clear that's bad behaviour. Okay, if a politician goes over to the other side, it means that they literally betray their own side and join the other party. And this is because in the Houses of Parliament you have one group of idiots sitting over here, one group of idiots sitting over here, and when they go over to the other side, they join the other party. And it's because one party sits on one side and one party sits on the other. So one of the reds goes over to the blues, or one of the blues goes over to the reds, they go over to the other side. And you could use this in any situation where you're on one team and you go over to the other team. If you go into details, you elaborate on something. You start to talk about all the different intricacies behind the idea. So you can go into details as well. If you talk about a tie and you say it goes with your eyes, it means it matches your eyes, it suits you. But if you say that your friend's new sofa goes with the wallpaper, it means it matches the wallpaper. So it means suit or match to go with. Go along with what someone says means agree or support their thoughts or ideas just for argument's sake. It may not be for argument's sake, but it often is for argument's sake. So I might say, let's go along with what my friend suggested for a few minutes and see where his idea leads us. Yeah, so when you go along with someone, you just agree to support their ideas for a little while. And it's very similar to play along with, but play along with is very often used to humour someone. When somebody starts lying to you, you decide to play along with them because you don't want to call them out on their lies. Okay, if you go on at someone about something, it means you're nagging or keeping on at someone about something, or remember there are loads here: rabbit on at someone about something, ramble on at someone about something, bang on at someone about something. There are loads of these